Alright everybody, so here we are and let's continue from here on. Last time I was actually playing the music in the background and that actually happened by mistake, so sorry for that. You should be thankful for that. Never mind, let's continue from here on. And the overall authentication with the passport, that is done. The only thing was remaining, that was actually saving the secrets and all. So let's get that thing done. Ultimately the main topic that we were going through, like doing authentication using passport, that is already done, so we don't need to worry about anything right now. Let's simply focus on this particular functionality. And the thing was that I have no idea exactly how it can be done. So the thing is that by default in my DB I have the secrets, and that is the type of null. So that means right now there is nothing inside that, but there is an array. So what I can do, I can actually append the values inside that. So what I can actually just search in Google right now, and the searching is gonna be pretty simple, and that's gonna be just a sec. Append values in array in Postgres SQL and all. And let me even check whether I'm audible or not. Okay, I am audible. So for appending the values, there is a property called array append. So update a table. Mainly I'm working with Postgres SQL. So they should be giving me the information of Postgres SQL append in array functions and operators. Let's check this thing out. That's too much actually. I'd better just simply go with this, and especially when going with this, what I can actually do, update shopping cart, set this where this. Okay, so ultimately I'm updating it, that is right. I'm gonna be setting the products array append. I'm gonna be appending the array casco. What is this? What's an easier way? The easier way can be this array column. I will have the values of array column, and then I will have the these values as well. That is interesting. Apart from this particular thing, using concatenation operator, this operator can concatenate a single element or an entire array into an existing array. So it actually concatenates both of them, like brings them together. That's actually a good thing. So I can actually do this, and this should actually be fine. So let's check if I can find it on Stack Overflow, the same thing. And if I actually it's right, I can just go with this one, and it's gonna be done. So update table name. Okay, so table in the sense table name set. I have to set the value, that's gonna be the field of the array, and this is how I will be just simply setting everything. So array append, even I can use this particular property over here, or I can use this way or that way. Any one of them would be okay. Even there is something called array append or array append, so I will be just able to append the values, that's fine. And let's get it done directly on the board. It will be understandable if I just get it done on the board. So I have to just update the value this time, and I have to update the users. Inside users I have to update, I have to set, what do I have to set? I have to set secrets just like this. And once I've set the secrets, so I need to have the value of secrets. So secrets just like this, and I wanna append a value as well. So array, and inside this array I will be having some kinds of values. So let's even check that thing, whether I'm actually doing it right or not. So I can even append the items like this, or I can actually create an array and do that like this. Both of the ways are gonna be right. So let's go with this one. It also does the same thing. So new item and item. So apart from this particular thing, the another way that I had over here, and that was create an array inside that has the values, and they are gonna be appended. Both the ways are good, by the way. Create an array, inside that have the values are gonna be what? Values are gonna be, maybe because they are secrets, so that's gonna be $1 secret, and that's it. I'm gonna be having only one secret. And once that particular thing is done, then that secret is gonna be secret that I actually got, as simple as that. And that's it. I don't really need to worry about anything. Once I got the result, and the result got saved in the DB, first of all I can even check this thing out. I'm already getting the secret, the value is null right now. Later the value is actually going to be an array, not even an array, value will always be just a secret. And once I got that, let me even log the value of secret, so that I'm not gonna be getting stuck anywhere. So CLG secret, and Just like this, I will be just logging the value of the secret, and that value will be sent from here. Localhost 3000. Let's log in with the Google, of course, that's gonna be helpful. And one audiobook. From here I will actually be able to just simply set a secret. So let's click on submit a secret, and that's gonna be again any value that doesn't really matter much. I just want to get my secret over here. That's I got. Once I actually got my secret, then what I want to do after that, I want to just simply update that users secrets table that I have, and I'm gonna be just adding these values. Once those values are added, just after that I don't really need to do anything. That simply means that I can simply say that response.redirect, I have to redirect it to slash secrets page. That's it. Let's see whether it gets done or not. Let's stop everything, start it again, and just after that I can just simply reload the page, continue, and I can just submit again. That's gonna be problematic. I can log out, reload the page. What is the problem? They're just simply saying that bro, authentication issue. That's not really a big problem. As for these things are concerned, I will be getting them done soon, so that's not really a big problem. I can just simply log in from here, log in with Google. Simply select your Gmail, whichever Gmail you have right now, and after that you can click on submit, and over here you will be just adding a secret of yours. This is gonna be my secret. Let's simply continue, and I'm getting the error over here. Slash submit. I have even okay. It turns out that I'm getting the error. I don't like taking a bath in winter. That's fine, and I'm unable to just add this. Okay, array. While saving the value, I'm getting the error. So I can do one thing. Instead of getting the error just like this, rather gonna be keeping this thing inside try catch block, and I will be logging the error if I get error saving the secret, just like this, and I will be just logging the error over here. Once this particular thing is done, node.index.js, let's simply go through the same thing again, reload the page, continue, and as soon as I continue, I will be getting this particular error saving the secret. Error in syntax error is something that I'm getting. Okay, that's fine. Let's check the syntax error out. They're simply saying that bro, you are facing the syntax error. Okay, let's check exactly what kind of syntax error I'm facing right now. If I go here, and I was supposed to do something like this, yeah, that is definitely a syntax error. So let's fix this. Let's get rid of these brackets that I had, parentheses. Just after that, I'm gonna be running it again, and let's try the same thing one more time, and this time I'm gonna be just reloading the page, continue with the same data, and of course I'll have to sign in. So let's click on that. Let's select the email that we want to sign in with, and just after that, I'm getting Jack Bauer is my favorite hero. I can click on this, and I will be just adding one more secret. Let's submit it. I'm getting Jack Bauer is my secret hero one more time. I never expected this thing to work, but guess what, it's actually working, and right now I'm gonna be having 2 secrets over here. That is more than anything I can ask for. The thing is that you just need to have the CRUD operation idea. Okay, this is how you just need to have the idea in your mind ki, okay, this is what I want to do, this is gonna be the business logic, this is how it should be done. Now how it's done, how you will be doing it using that particular tool, so many things are already out there, right? The documentation is there, the AI is there, the Stack Overflow is there, lots of videos are there, so you can just simply know about that. But the thing is that having that mindset, okay, after this I should be doing this, how can I do this, you can find that, but you must know what you should actually do. Okay, by the way, this is what we are actually doing. Just after that, let me make some changes over here, and the changes in the sense that's gonna be pretty much simple. Inside secrets over here, I will have my secret, and if I want to render my secrets over here, so what I'll be doing that bro, I wanna render my secret here, and that's gonna be secret just like this, and I think the value should be rendered. Let me make it equal. I think this is how it's done, and once I've done that, I will be restarting my server, and once the server is actually restarted, and if I reload the page, and if I just continue with Google, let's check this thing out whether I'm gonna be getting that or not. It's gonna be super fun. Now I don't like taking a bath in winter. FDS, I can just click on this one more time. What's your favorite secret? Just like this, I can submit it again, and I'm redirected here. This particular thing is again here. I can log out. After log out, I can simply log in with which Gmail. I can log in with a new Gmail, and once I'm actually logging with a new Gmail, at that time it's still getting those secrets. Interesting. So doesn't matter which email I log in with, I will be getting those secrets again and again. What is the solution to this? The solution to this problem, because I'm getting the same secrets again and again. And why is that actually happening? If I just simply select users, all the users, so it is like the same secrets are getting added to all of them. Interesting. Why are the secrets being added to all of them? That's something interesting I would like to know about. So whenever I'm actually adding the secret, at that time if I go to here submit, so first of all I'm getting the secret. Okay, once I got the secret from the request.body, got it. Once I got the secret from the request.body, then update user set secrets. And okay, the only thing is that I'm not actually adding where statement over here. So where ID that I have, that's gonna be the ID of user ID. Again, the user needs to be logged in when I'm actually submitting, so even I have to take care of that thing. So where ID should be equals to $2, and at the end of the day I will be having ID over here as well. The question is what is gonna be the ID, but even before that, before even checking the ID, I need to make sure that user is logged in. So I can say if how am I even gonna be validating the things, especially if you want to validate something. So there was a secret page, I hope I did that here. There is something called request.authenticated. It will just simply validate whether the user is actually validated or not. So what will I be doing here? That simple easy peasy thing whenever I am submitting right here. So what I'll say, if not request.authent is authenticated, just like this. In that case, response.redirect to the /login page. If I'm not authenticated, redirect me to the login page. Otherwise, instead of redirecting me to the login page, you can actually do one thing. You can let me continue from here on, and once I'm here, I will be getting my user. So const ID is gonna be request.user.id. user will contain the ID. Once I got the ID, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be using the secret and ID for updating the value. Once the value is actually updated, I will be redirecting the user to the secrets page. Once the user is redirected to the secrets page, that is it. And if there is any error, in that case I don't have any home page, so forget about that. But kind of I will be redirecting the user to the home page. So response.redirect the user to the home page, just like this. Well, that home page is actually sign in and sign up page, but I will be taking care of that thing. So this is how I can actually get the things done. So let's check this thing out. Reload the page, and let's sign in with another ID altogether, like this one, coding the code. And this time I should not be getting all those users. Right now I'm just simply getting this much. Let me even do one thing, and that one thing is going to be this, that if I don't have any users, right, so inside my secrets, if I don't have any secrets, so first of all I'm gonna be having secrets over here, right? In case if I don't have secrets, then what will I do? If I have the secrets, I will be showing the secrets. If I don't have the secrets, then I will be doing something else. So I will even check this thing over here. If secrets dot length that is greater than 0, that's gonna be a if statement, of course, just like this. So if that is so, in that case I have to do something. Okay, let's copy it like this. Again, this is EJS, so don't worry if you have never worked with this, because this could be a bit confusing if you have actually never worked with EJS, but it is actually pretty simple. So if secrets dot length is greater than 0, the secrets that I'm actually getting, in that case I actually have to just render all the secrets that I have right here. So control X and then control V over here, just like this. Let's move it. In else case, just over here, in else case, I will actually be just using this much. In else case, I will be just simply saying that bro, you have to add the add a secret, just like this. And class is actually going to be secret text, just like this. And once this thing is done, submit or I can simply say that add a secret, just like this. overall things I've done. Let's simply just run it one more time and see how the things are gonna be going on. Right now I'm just simply getting add a secret option over here. I can click on add a secret. I will be just simply adding a secret, and that secret is gonna be I don't like taking a bath. The thing is that this particular ID has another secret. Okay, if I actually log out from here, if I log in with another Google ID, another in the sense maybe let's go with one, so it actually has different secrets. This current one had different one. This has these many secrets and all. So it's like you will be able to save your secrets using this thing, and this business logic is not really a big problem. But again, the plus point is that because of this thing I ended up learning about PostgreSQL again. Long time ago I learned it, and today all the things got revised. What else could be better than this? Having said that, the most important thing is that we are actually able to implement it. And as for the secrets, I'm gonna be adding any secret. Those secrets are gonna be just simply rendered over here, and nothing could be better than actually this. We are actually using EGS over here, and this was kind of my to-do that I had to do it on my own without the help of the instructor, and that is something I have already done. So congratulations. By the way, let's talk about the flow of how it actually works. By the way, when it comes to the flow, I would rather use this code, because the code that I have there, that is kind of outdated. So okay, let me tell you exactly what's happening from here. So first of all, again over here I'm just simply connecting the DB, so don't need to worry about that. Then I'm just simply rendering the home page. After that I'm just simply rendering the login page. Nothing is special over here. When it comes to register, I'm rendering the register page. Important thing starts from here. First of all, I'm logging out the user. Again, this method comes from Passport. So if you are using Passport, you will get this logout method on request. You can call that particular method. If there is any error, then you will be just simply forwarding the error. Otherwise, you will just simply redirecting the user to the slash page, ultimately the home page I'm talking about. Then secrets, there is something called request.isAuthenticated. You can authenticate the user. On the basis of that thing, you can get some of the things done. Okay, once this particular thing is done, even I will be redoing this thing over where on okay, got that. I have to just get all these things done again. So that's gonna be something interesting that I will be redoing it. That means I will be able to just keep the things in mind. And then logout thing is actually the same here. So once this particular thing is done, then after that authenticated is actually done. After that I have post, again login, you can log in directly. There's nothing special. Then I have register. While registering, you will have to just make sure that whether the user already exists or not. If the user is already exist, in that case you have to just simply directly log in the user. If the user does not exist, in that case ultimately you can kind of create a new account of the user, and you can even log in the user at the end of the day. It's completely your choice. Either you redirect the user to the login page, or you just directly log in the user here. So this thing is done. Then app.get, again this is really important for when you actually log in with Google. So what happens over here, that first of all you click on login with Google. As soon as you click on that button, it gets redirected to this particular route, auth Google, and once it gets redirected to this particular route, this particular middleware runs. So Passport Authenticate, this is actually a middleware. This is the middleware for authentication. So it triggers Google strategy. Google starts doing authentication and on behalf of you, and you are just simply you are saying that I want my profile and I want my email ID. So I want the user's profile and user's email ID. That's it. And once this actually got done, once this middleware got triggered, so this particular strategy is gonna run from here. Once this strategy is running, you are actually giving the ID and secret of the Google, of course, for the Google authentication and all. This is the callback URL. Callback URL in the sense, once the Google authentication is done, then where should the user be redirected? So the user should be redirected on this particular URL route. I have already created a get route for this, so I will be showing that to you. Again, these scopes are optional here because you have mentioned the scope just above. You can mention them here as well. It's completely your choice. And ultimately, from the Google side, I'm getting issuer, I'm getting profile. Inside my profile, I will have two things. I will have my profile, I will have my email, because those are the things that I have mentioned over here. Once I got them, then there's really actually nothing. First of all, you are just selecting everything from the DB, and you are checking whether the user actually exists or not. If result.rows.length is equal to 0, that means user does not exist. In that case, you will be creating the user, and you will be just returning the callback. And if the user already exists, you will be returning the callback. As simple as that. easy peasy, right? If the user already exists, so you will have to show insert the data, then return the callback. If the user already exists, directly return the callback, and if there's any error, return the callback in that case as well. Once all these things got done, then you don't really need to worry about it. As soon as the callbacks gets returned from here, the data gets serialized. Again, you had better just simply serialize the user only, maybe ID and user email. Do not serialize the password. That does not really make any sense, but you can even do that. And then deserialization happens automatically. Mainly when you actually try to visit any page, at that time passport.session actually runs. This is again a middleware that I have defined at the top. This is the middleware that I'm actually talking about. So this middleware runs, and this middleware makes sure that deserialization happens every time. So as soon as deserialization happens, so ultimately in request you get request.user, you get many methods, many methods gets populated in the request body, and ultimately you get a request log out, a request dot sign out, request dot what else, a request dot is authenticated. There are many methods that you actually get. For more information, visit the documentation of passport. But again, I know all these things because all those things are mentioned in the passport documentation. Having said that, as soon as this authentication got done and data got serialized, I will be redirected to this particular URL, and I have already created this particular URL, Google redirect URL. This is the one, OAuth redirect to Google. So I will be redirected here, and what am I doing over here? Once I'm redirected to this particular URL, I'm simply checking whether I'm logged in or not, because as soon as I returned my callback from here, first of all this strategy ran, and when this strategy ran, I returned my callback from here. Once the callback got returned, that means the user data got serialized. User data got serialized in the sense a session got created. So whenever we say that user is getting serialized, that means user data is actually getting serialized in a format that is saved in the session. Again, memory session is being used over here. There are two types of sessions. Either you can actually store, first of all, session is simple, right? Session is like it is a kind of data. It is kind of a data format that gets saved either in your memory, like your local memory, server memory, or you can actually store some kind of database for that. So session is just like format of data that gets saved. You can save it anywhere. There is expiration time, expiry as well, like after this much time this particular session will be expired. Again, as soon as session gets created, you get session ID on the client side in your browser in cookies automatically. So whenever you will be sending the request back, like whenever you are actually gonna log in again, at that time that particular session ID will be sent with you and user will be logged in. It's just like that, but you don't really need to worry about that, because when it comes to authenticating with Google, so you simply click on sign in with Google, and when that button is clicked, passport triggers Google authentication. So passport triggers the strategy. In the strategy, you automatically get the user email and profile. With the help of that email, you check whether the user exists or not. If the user already exists, you just directly return the callback. If the user does not exist, you create the new user and then you return the callback. So ultimately you are returning the callback. Never mind, it doesn't really make sense. This is really important. This serialization in session, keeping the session, this is really important when it comes to login with email and password, and mainly when you don't want to sign in over and over. Suppose you sign in with Google and you don't want to sign in again, so this session will keep the session stored. Don't store it in memory, because right now I'm doing the same thing. I'm actually storing everything in memory. So if I go to my session right now, come on, so many things are here, but okay, this is where I'm actually defining the session configuration. So inside session configuration, I have secret. Secret is like, this is the secret that session is actually using to store my data, store the user data after serialization. Resave false in the sense it will not be resaving the values. If there are no changes, then it will not resave. Even save uninitialized, if the data is not not initialized, then it will not be saving. So even this should be false, so don't worry about that. These two values are almost false most of the time, so that's fine. And after that, there is something called store over here. You can actually add any store. Right now there is no store, that means my memory store is being used. Memory store of what? Memory store of this particular server. So right now my server is running on 3000 port. So that server's memory is being used for storing the session. Session is getting stored. Okay, so whenever you will log in with ID and password, or whenever even I can say expiry over here, expiry, I hope I get that. Don't I get that? Max age I must be getting. Come on, yeah. I should be getting something like that. How many options do I get over here? I get sunset. I should be getting something like max age or something, so that I can actually set the max age of this particular session. That is something I'm not getting. Maybe I can create a store and then I will be getting that. Something is missing then. I should be getting, just a minute, let me search directly on Google. Session expiry. You should be able to set the session expiry as well, so that you don't need to log in again and again. I will even tell you what exactly that means. So node express session expiration. So over here, cookie and max age. Yeah. So ultimately what happens that as soon as you just the session gets created, you automatically get the cookie on the client side. Let me show exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, let me log out from here. I am logged out, and right now I'm gonna be clicking on login. I have two options. I can click on these IDs and passwords, or I can go with sign in with Google. Both of them are working right now. Let's go with sign in with Google. As soon as I click on this, let me even go first of all to application, where I can get all my cookies, and let me clear everything. First of all, everything is clear right now, there is nothing. And let me even reload the page. Okay, clear. Come on, so many things are there. Fine. Whew. Let me go back, reload the page, clear everything. Now it's fine. Let's click on sign in with Google, and as soon I'm getting only one. Oh no, I logged out because I cleared the session, so I logged out from all my IDs. It's okay, I can click on use another account. I will have to log in. I will be using this particular account. I hope I have saved its I'll have to enter my password. Try another way. Let's try another way. I hope I have created a passkeys over here. No passkeys available. Dhanyavad. That means I have to enter my password. I can't even enter the password. I hope I remembered the password. I don't even know that. Let's check this thing out. God, I hope it's right. It is right. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I remembered my password. Yes, it's me. Interesting. So two-step verification is done. No thanks. I have verified my password. I can just simply continue from here. Never, bro. And once I'm done, I have logged in. And once I'm logged in, what am I getting? Inside my cookies, this particular ID, this ID I'm already getting here. This automatically gets saved on the browser's client side. Okay, ultimately browser side, and it does not have any expiry. So exactly, if you actually have a look at the expiry right now, so the expiry session must be over here. Domain is here. Expiry path is here. Okay, this is the expiry section I'm talking about, and this expires does not have any expire. So as long as this particular session is running, as long as my server is running, not even server, as long as I am server is running, kind of, as long as I'm kind of what I can say, my browser is open. So at till that this session will be valid. After that is call it accidentally or call it directly. If I just close all the tabs from here, everything is gone. Not everything is gone. I will have to even close this particular. I was listening to a song actually. So let's close all the things. I have closed everything. Now if I reopen my ultimately browser, Chrome browser, if I click Ctrl+Shift+T, I will be getting all the browsers. I'm not getting actually. Ctrl+Shift+T one more time. Now I'm getting all the browsers that I had earlier. Let's close this and let's close this as well. And if I try to visit the same page, secrets, let's reload the page over here, and turns out I'm logged out automatically. When I closed this, at that time I was logged in, and right now I am logged out automatically. So how can I stop it from happening, so that when I'm logged in I should be logged in? Okay, for that thing I can actually use cookie over here, and using this cookie I will be giving it max age. Max age is gonna be maybe 36, ultimately 1000 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 60, ultimately 1000 milliseconds multiplied by 60, that means 1 minute multiplied by 60 means 1 hour. So the cookie's expire time is gonna be 1 hour. So right now if I'm gonna be logging in, let me click on F12 and let me even clear this particular cookie from here. Okay, And right now if I click on sign in with Google, and that is fine. I can click on this particular Gmail right now, and once I clicked on this particular Gmail, I can click on continue, and once I clicked on continue, I'm getting my ID. Okay, and I am not logged out. I will be just closing everything directly again one more time, and once everything is closed, I will be going back here, and I will be reopening all those tabs. So just like this, all the tabs are back, and once all the tabs are back here, I'm gonna be reloading the page, this particular page, and I'm out. Okay, why am I out? Let's go to the dashboard secrets page. Secrets page. Yeah, I'm being redirected here. Let's check why is this actually happening. I still have my cookie. When I have my cookie, and I think because I have made the changes, but I haven't restarted my server. So let me do that. Let me restart the server so that changes actually take place. Now it's running again, and once it's actually running again, I should be able to, first of all, log in. So sign in with Google. Let's select the ID. Once the ID is actually selected, I should be logged in. I'm logged in right now. Now I'm gonna be closing all the tabs, and I will be reopening those tabs again. And this time it should definitely work. At least that's what I think. Let's see what's gonna happen. Control-Shift-T, and I have to just do one thing. I have to reload this page. So let's reload it. And guess what? Even if I reloaded the page, I'm still on the same page. That means I closed all the browsers, but I didn't get logged out. Ultimately, my session is still there. And why is the session is still there? Mainly because of this cookie that I have. And if I actually show you the expire time of this cookie, so that is this. Ultimately, I don't have expiry session. Rather, this is the expire. I have a proper expire time. Like at this particular time, after 1 hour, this particular query is going cookie ID is going to be expired. What is the use of this cookie ID? As soon as you try to visit a page, this cookie ID sent with your request automatically. So suppose you sent a request to the localhost 3000 secrets. So this ID got sent automatically. Once this ID got sent automatically, then what happens? Inside passport, first of all, this runs. Inside passport, this does not play any role over here. This is mainly useful for adding the session. So again, this makes sure that session exists. Okay, that is also fine. So when it comes to app.use session, so this makes sure that you got the ID of that session. So cookie ID I'm talking about. So you got the ID. Once everything is clear, once it ensures that okay, you got the ID, so ultimately a passport gets initialized, and then passport.session runs. This is the job of passport.session. If the ID already exists, in that case, this passport.session will deserialize the user. How will it deserialize the user? First of all, it will ultimately this particular middleware, this session middleware will find your user. How will this session middleware will find your user? You got the cookie ID, ultimately session ID from the browser side automatically. It will with the help of that cookie ID, it will get your session. Once it got your session, then as soon as this particular command you run, ultimately middleware runs app.use passport.session, this particular middleware will deserialize the session. So this particular middleware finds your session with the help of the cookie ID. Then this particular middleware simply deserializes your session. What does deserialize mean? As soon as this particular middleware runs passport.session, so this is the function for deserialization. So if you go at the bottom over here, you are saying passport.deserialize and this particular thing, and then you will be returning the user from here. So deserialization in the sense that data is saved in your session. Even you got the session, how did you get the session? You found the session with the help of the cookie ID. How you got the cookie ID or session ID? Because the cookie ID got sent with the request. As soon as you just went to that particular page, that's fine. Once you got the session, then this particular method you can call, kind of method gets triggered or function gets triggered. Why does it get triggered? Because passport.session runs, and once this passport.session runs, it triggers this particular method, and once this gets triggered, so it simply deserializes the user. Deserializes means inside your session there is the data saved. Session is just kind of a format for saving the data. So inside your session there is data saved. Deserialization means get the data from the session, make it in a format that is easy to work with, and make the data accessible inside user, as simple as that. So it will get the data from the session, the data will be available inside the user, and as soon as you call this call back, so null is like there are no errors, and I'm just simply sending the user over here. So as soon as this callback gets called, the information of that user will be present in the request.body, request only request. And after that, once the data got deserialized, even the callback got called, then inside request you can check whether the user is authenticated or not. So you will be having a method called request.isAuthenticated. So once this particular step got done, so inside your method, I mean request, you will be having many methods in the sense, first method you will have, I hope I'm gonna be using that here. First method you will have, I'm not using here, just a sec. Am I using here? Yeah. So first method, this is gonna be the first one. So once the deserialization happened, after that, inside request you will be getting many things. Inside request you will be getting is authenticated. Let me even show you how many things you will get. So inside request you will be getting what? Not this. Let me directly show you. Sign out. Not this. Log out. So yeah, inside request you will be getting log out. This is the first thing, like you will be able to log out the user. Inside this you will be getting the user. So this is the user that you will be getting, and inside this you will be getting is authenticated. Using this particular method you will be able to check whether the user is authenticated or not. So ultimately, once the deserialization happened and the callback got returned, that simply means deserialization populates the user inside request. Ultimately, this request I'm talking about, request method, I must say. So inside request method, is this request method? What is this called? Request. What is this? It could be request is request. Okay, what is the request in here? What do we call that? What is the right name? I mean, understanding and getting the right name, there is a difference. So, what is a request called in Express? Gajab hai. Incoming client request, a request object. Okay, this is called request object. So inside request object, once deserialization happened, you automatically get the user data, and once you got the user data, you get many methods as well by default. I mean, you requested for one thing, you requested for just for user, and you are getting some more things along the way. Okay, by the way, overall things are done. So ultimately, this is how ultimately Passport works. And right now, doesn't matter even if I close the whole tab, and if I go to local host 3000, and I can actually go to the secrets. Right now I don't have any validator over here, that is why I'm able to see these things. I will be even removing them, but I can go to secrets and I will be able to see all my secrets here because I'm logged in right now. I can even log out, and once I'm logged out, and if I try to go to secrets right now, logged in. So this is how it actually works. Pretty great, right? So kind of Passport journey gets over right here. This is how you log in with even email and password. You can just enter any email. So maybe vipendra@gmail.com and PASSWORD #1234. Let's log in with this. User not found, because I'm trying to log in and the user is not logged in. So let's register the user. The same email. First of all, I'll have to register the user. So password 1234, register. User is registered, and there are no secrets. So that is why I'm not getting any secret. I can click on add secret. I can add any secret. I can click on submit, and right now there is that secret. I can add one more secret. I can click on submit. There is one more secret. Again, if you actually look at the application and this cookie that actually got saved over here. So inside this particular cookie, just a sec. Let me keep it here. I hope it should be fine right now. Come on, you gotta do it. So yeah, I was just simply saying that once you logged in, okay, so once you logged in, your server got information about you. Once the server got information about you, at that time it actually triggers local strategy. Okay, local strategy got triggered. Why is this getting triggered? Because I'm using Passport. Once the local strategy got triggered, so local strategy actually returns a callback. That call in the callback you have the user information, of course. So once the callback gets returned, at that time serialization happens. Serialization in the sense the user that you got inside callback, that user gets saved in the session. How does it get saved in the session? Because serialization happens. This is the job of the serialization, that user data should be converted in such a format that is actually possible to be saved in the session. once the data got saved in the session, then you get the session ID. Okay, session is not alone, session has its own ID. Why does the session have its ID? So that with the help of ID you can find that session. What if there are many sessions, then you are gone, right? So the ID gets created automatically. I don't even know there can be many sessions, but session has the ID so that you can find that session back, and that ID gets sent to your client automatically. So this is the session ID that you got on the client side. Okay, session ID got saved on the client side. Next time, whenever you visit any page, this particular ID gets sent to the server automatically. You don't need to say credentials true or with credentials include, because if you have ever worked with JWT token and all, at that time we have to send the cookie automatically. But here you don't need to worry about that. Why don't you need to worry about that? Because you are using Passport. It does everything for you, so it's okay. Okay, you are not even setting this cookie. Are you setting this cookie? No. How is this getting saved? Once the serialization happens, the data gets saved in the session, the cookie gets automatically created, and the cookie gets automatically saved in your browser. Because of course you get the response on the browser side, right? You render something and the cookie gets saved. This is the job of Passport. Don't need to worry about that. But if you have worked with JWT and cookies, how it works, token and all, how you actually authenticate the user with the help of the middleware, how you decode the JWT token and all, so you must have the idea that we have to do all these things manually, and right now everything is getting done automatically over here just because of Passport. Okay, so cookie got saved here, that's fine. Cookie in the sense session ID. Once you make a request, another request, like I am gonna be refreshing the page, so I refresh the page, but I'm still able to see this particular page. So why am I able to see? So as soon as I refresh the page, so this particular ID, cookie session ID, got sent to the server side automatically. Okay, got sent to the server side. Then what will happen? Once it got sent to the server side, so first of all this particular middleware is gonna run app.use session and all. Ultimately here I'm just configuring my session, and this particular middleware, this session middleware, makes sure that once it got the ID from session ID from the browser side, it finds your session. Once it found your session, then what you are doing? After that, you are actually initializing the Passport. Okay, Passport initialization in the sense Passport is ready to be used. All the methods inside Passport, they are ready to be used. Okay, after that you are using passport.session. This passport.session actually deserializes the user, because the user got serialized earlier when you logged in. At that time user got serialized, and the data got saved in the session. Right now with the help of the ID you got the session back, and right now with the help of this particular middleware you are actually deserializing the user. Deserializing means you are getting the data from the session, as simple as that, and that data is getting saved in the request object. Once the data is saved or populated inside request object, when the data gets populated inside request object, as soon as deserialization happens. When does the deserialization happen? When this particular middleware runs. When this middleware runs, whenever you send a request to the server. Okay, so once this middleware ran, so ultimately this particular deserialization method, call it anything, this got triggered, and as soon as this got triggered, so you are actually getting the user. Once you got the user, you are just simply returning the callback from here. Returning the callback in the sense callback will populate the user related information inside the request object. Once the information is there, that's it, don't need to worry about that, and then you can just simply continue. Okay, super easy peasy. I've explained more than enough. I should be explaining, but okay, never mind. Ultimately things are clear, and it does it happens with both the cases. Either you are just logging with the credentials, email and password, or you are logging with Google, Facebook, anything else, anything. Ultimately it is gonna just be working. So that was it. This is how the things actually work. I can just simply log out from here and everything's fine. Not only that, I can just continue with Google, and I can use this particular email, and inside this particular email I must have many secrets. Why they are there? Because of course that particular user does contain these many secrets, so it has. I can even create more ones. As simple as that. Alrighty bro, that should be it. And right now nothing else. I'm gonna be actually this was my to do. Actually I was watching a video of Angela ma'am from Udemy course. You must know her. So she actually gave this as a to do task, like okay, do it and let's see whether you can do it or not. Then I said okay, let's do it, and guess what, I did it. Okay, so now again I did it with the help of the this particular documentation. Initially I thought that the documentation of Passport is not that good, but if you know authentic like passport, like if you can sign in with the username password, other things actually automatically gets easier. So it is not that bad either. You just have to learn next auth once, passport once, and then things are gonna start making sense. Alrighty, so this particular thing is done, deserialization, and everything else. Login with Google, this particular thing gets triggered when I log in, and this gets triggered when I'm redirected once I'm signed in with Google and all. That's fine, nothing else I need to actually worry about over here. I can just simply copy the whole thing, and I'm actually gonna be pasting the whole thing in my notes. Actually last time I used a different method in the sense there are two things. If you are ever working with a passport, so you will be getting auth 0 and you will be getting OIDC. So go with OIDC, because again, what is OIDC? This is just a simple strategy. From OIDC only you get the strategy. You can just know more about that. So if you are working with passport, you will definitely face this thing. So I'm actually using OIDC over here. The last time what was I using? Let me even show that. So the last time when I worked with this, so at that time I actually worked with passport Google auth 0 auth 2. I worked with this, and from it I got my Google strategy. But this time I'm getting my Google strategy from OIDC. What is the difference? Few differences are there, but overall things are same, so don't even worry about that. But I can just paste my new code over here. I'll just simply say using OIDC, and it's always recommended to use OIDC, and this is the code. Okay, what am I doing in this code? Again, same things are there, so don't worry about it. But the most important thing that I'm actually doing, passport Google OIDC. So I'm actually getting my Google strategy from this. Okay, why am I using this? Simple, bro. I went through the documentation of a passport, and then over here I found that they were using the same. So I said, okay, if they are using the same, I should be using the same. Then only it's gonna be the same, right? So let me even show that they were using the same thing. Redirected to Google. Come on, yeah. So passport Google OIDC, they are just simply getting the Google strategy from there. So I said, if they are getting, why should not I be getting from there? And then I copied and pasted. Simple. I took the help of ChatGPT to understand a lot, but yeah, overall things got done. That is it. Overall things are done, and I'm happy for that. Let me play the music in the background so that I can actually complete that video. Even if I understood the things, I should still watch that, right? That is a good thing. So I'm gonna be coming back really soon. You can just have a look at this, like whatever I'm gonna be doing. See you.
till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
Alright everybody, what am I saying? Alright everybody, that thing actually got done. The video that I was watching, I watched it really at a 2x speed or something and just finished it because most of the things I already understood. The good thing is that now come on, yeah, am I gonna be breaking my PC and all? So yeah, the good thing is that I'm already done with the passport. Now I know how it works and all, so I can go with this. Like this was the template provided by the ma'am itself, ma'am herself, sorry. So let me even delete this particular template, that is not needed. Even this one is not needed over here. Client secrets, they're okay. I designed my photo just for my interview and all. I don't know. For my resume, I was just thinking of making it. But let's see when it's gonna be done. Someday or the other I would need my resume, right? So I was just thinking of working on that. Having said that, this is the in this particular section, like I'm talking about this one. Let me even show you. I wrote everything on my own. Like those were the templates provided by ma'am, and over here all the code business logic I wrote. And again, the front end code I got from the ma'am side. The remaining this business logic that was written by me. And this is something that I did yesterday. And right now it actually does one thing. It has the logic of credential login, like using email and password you can log in. And right now here I have to reapply the business logic of Google Auth. Again, this is really easy, so it should not be taking a lot of time. I have even explained that thing. So this is how we can just simply go on. Let me even check here I am audible. So let's continue from here on. By the way, inside views I have home page, login page, register page, secret page. Don't need to worry about that. Apart from secret, I need to have a submit page. Bad, but not bad. We will create the submit page on our own, but really bad. I mean, let me do one thing. Let me get the submit page back. That's it. Because I don't want to work on the front end side, because the main goal should be working on the business logic. So I can create the front end, but that will take time. And should I do it? Should I not? Let's create the front end as well. Why not? I mean, at least I will be ended up creating the front end too. I can create the front end. So let's do the things. So partials is here, that's fine. Secrets are here, secret page, register page, login page, home page, and inside this login page, do I have this yeah, sign in with Google, but nothing is implemented over here, and that's it. Inside my index.ts, what all I have? Inside my index.ts, first of all, I have the session related info. Over here I will and one more thing, in this particular section I will be using store. So far I've been using memory store, right? So that's been a problematic thing. So this time I will be using even store in the sense I will be using passport only, like Postgres only, Postgres SQL, but the data is going to be saved in the database, rather the session, I'm talking about session is going to be saved in the database rather than getting saved in the memory itself. So that's what special gonna be happening this time. Cookies, again max age, that's gonna be 36,000, not sorry 3600, is that right? 1000 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 60, that simply means 36 0 0 36 0 0 0 0 0, तो कितना हुआ? अरे हटाओ, कितना भी हुआ? 1 millisecond, then 1 minute, and then 1 hour. Okay, कितना हुआ? Forget about that. I know that this is 1 millisecond, this is multiplied by 60 1 minute, multiplied by 60 1 hour. That's more than enough to understand. Okay, after that I have this render page. So home page gets rendered over here. So let me even give it the comment. Home page gets rendered over here because I have to make it better, right? So I will be making it really better. I will be adding a lot of functionalities, and why not? This is gonna be the register page, and not only that, go or what? Sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, and maybe some more. Let's see. Login page is gonna be rendered over here. Then this is gonna be the register. So what does this do? Okay, it simply registers the user. Register page, home page, login page, and this one will be registering the user. So register user, just like this, it simply does its job. Like what exactly am I doing? I'm getting the email and password. Once I got that, I'm checking whether the email and password exist or not. After that, if they do exist, after that I'm simply first of all checking whether is there any user in the database already that already exists. If that already exists, then I will simply say that bro, user already exists, I can't do anything. If that does not exist, then first of all I will hash the password with the help of bcrypt. Again, if you have ever worked with bcrypt, so this is the callback way. Like you can use the callback tarika or way method to just go with the things, or even you can, if you want, you can await the bcrypt and you will be getting the hashed password just like this. So suppose you are not using these are the things, so you can just simply do suppose you are not using the callback. In that case, you can just simply await it and you will be getting the const hashed password over here, and you will have to await it in that case. So you can do it too. I'm not doing it because I have this way, as simple as that. So if there's any error, I'm just simply returning. If there's no error, I'm just simply saving the data in the database. And after that, created user is here, and I'm calling this method request.login. It simply saves the user. Once it gets called, so serialization happens. What happens in the serialization, I talked about it enough. That's it. So I can just simply get rid of this particular thing as well. So once this particular thing got done, then there is something called login. Again, when login gets called, so this particular middleware runs, and this particular middleware triggers your local strategy automatically, so don't need to worry about that. Having said that, I can say login user. So this thing is done as well. Then there is the secret page. Especially if you want to get the secret page, then you need to be authenticated. So secrets page, by the way, this should be like this. Once this thing is done, after that I have this logout button logic. So log out, that's it. It will be logging out with the help of this particular logic. Lastly, I have this strategy, rather this is the local strategy. And when it comes to the local strategy, so I'm doing everything. Like in the local strategy, I'm getting my email and password. Again, usually the username you get. Why am I getting my email? Because I have named it over here. That username field is gonna be email. By the way, by default you will be seeing username everywhere. The only reason I'm able to get the email because I have mentioned it here that the username field, though that's gonna be the field, username field, the name of that username it field gonna be email, and that's why I'm able to mention this email over here. Once everything got done, then I'm simply checking whether the user already exists in the database or not. If the user does not exist, then I can say user not found. Why? Because I'm trying to log in, right? Then I will check the password whether the passwords are right or not. If the passwords are right, that means they are same, I will be returning the callback. Otherwise I will be returning the error from here, and that's it, nothing else. I'm not really doing much over here, so I can do it like this too. Then serialization happens over here, deserialization happens over here. The important thing is that while again I'm using this thing process.nextTick, what does this do? Process.nextTick simply ensures that when your callback is actually returned and when serialization happens, only then serialization happens. If there is some process running, so this process.nextTick will never run. It will only run when everything is done, and now callback should be called. So this is just an extra thing. Even if you just remove it from here, nothing will happen. You can directly go on like this. So the benefit of using process.nextTick is that it runs your callback, or simply said, it returns your callback when there is the right time, when all the processes are done, and callback should be returned at the time callback gets returned. So, and not only that, I'm just serializing what? I'm serializing the user ID and I'm serializing the email. Why am I doing it? Because I don't want to serialize the password, right? What is the use of serializing the password? Serializing means you are saving that in a session, and session can be saved in your memory store or in any database store, that depends. I will be saving it in the PostgreSQL itself. But yeah, as simple as that. What is the use of serializing the password? And that's why I'm not serializing that. And just after that I'm deserializing the user. Again the same thing I'm using over here. What is the use of process.nextTick? So that my callback gets returned only when everything is done, all the processes are completed. At that time I will be returning my callback from here. As simple as that. Okay, I can name it serialization. I've talked about serialization and deserialization so much today that it's like anybody would be watching this thing must have got set in their minds. Okay, by the way, this is gonna be deserialization, serialization, just like this. And over here I'm just simply listening. Almost I have given the comments to everything. Okay, deserialize. Okay, this triggers the deserialization, so I can say this triggers the deserialization. So deserialization happens mainly because of this middleware, passport middleware that I'm actually using. Okay, so far so good. One thing that I want to do, if I just simply run it right now, let's see what happens. So npm run dev, if I just simply run it, my server will start running. That's bad, yeah. Let me even make it better, because this time I have to make it really better in the sense I should be using controllers and all. Yeah, I can use controllers, but never mind, that is gonna be too better. I just want it to be better, not too better. Okay, and it should be like http / localhost and the port number. It's running on this particular thing. That is it. If I run it right now, npm run dev, now I can simply click on this and I'm here, and I can click on register, I can click on login. When it comes to login, I can simply log in, but let's see. First of all, I will be deleting everything from my database. How can you delete it? Delete from where? From users. Simple. Delete everything got deleted. Right now get everything, select everything from users, and right now you are getting no users. Great. Inside users I have secrets as well, so I will be keeping the secrets there. First of all, let's try to register the user and see whether we are able to register or not. What is happening when we register? When we register, at that time what do we do? At that time I get a request to this register over here. I get my email and password. After that I check whether the user is registered or not, and if user is not registered, I just register the user, I insert the user, and once the user is inserted, I am calling this particular method. What is the use of calling this method? This method is getting the created user, and the request.login, where this method is coming from. I'm using password, because of that thing I'm getting this particular login method on my request object. Okay, as soon as I call this particular method, it takes my created user. Again, created user contains both email as well as password. So as soon as I give this, So it will just trigger my strategy. Which strategy I'm talking about? It will trigger this local strategy. What is happening over here? I get the email and password. Again, I have that. That's amazing. Once this got triggered, email password. Does it even need to trigger this strategy or not? It does not even need to trigger this strategy. Why? Because I have already hashed the password over here. So whenever I call this particular method request.login, it directly serializes the user. It doesn't even trigger that particular method. So it doesn't even need to trigger that, because I have confirmed that okay, it has the email ID, I mean it has the hashed password. If it has the hash password, even I created that, so if the user is valid, just simply let the user log in, and that is why it will just simply serialize the data of the user, and that's it. Okay, by the way, and once the data gets serialized, once the login happens, then what am I saying? If there is an error, so redirect to the login page. Otherwise, just simply redirect the user to the secrets page. Having said that, the user will be logged in automatically after signing up. I will be returning from here. Okay, so this particular thing got done, and that is it. So let's try whether this thing works or not. So this particular email password can be anything, password 1234, register the user. Okay, again I'm signed in. If I click on log out, I will be logged out, but let's see whether I got any ID. Yes, what is this ID? This is the session ID. Okay, amazing. Is there any time limit in that ID? Because I have said that. Let's check out the expiry. Yeah, there is. This is the time limit with the expiry, so yeah, it does have that. Interesting. What else can we do? We can log out. Okay, then can we sign in? Yeah, of course. But can we check the user details on the server side? Definitely. Here, this is the user. It does not have any secret, but it does have the password. It does have the email. Okay, what is the next thing that we can do? The next thing is the login thing. Let's enter the same password, PASSWORD. One more thing, because I have logged out. Am I gonna be getting the ID over here? Yes, I am getting. Once I logged out, what exactly happened? Once I logged out, I still have this particular session ID here. Ultimately, yeah, session ID. So why am I not able to log in? Because the session got removed. The session that actually got created on the memory store, that got removed. So whether you have this particular ID or not, that does not really make any difference, right? So even if you remove that, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, it is just like that. Even we will be checking whether the session actually gets deleted or not, and we can only check this thing when we are actually using a database store, so that we can just check the things. Having said that, let's simply use PASSWORD 1234 login. I'm logged in and I can log out from here again. Interesting. So far so good. What else? Next thing, login. I mean, I'm able to log in and log out. That's it. Let's work on one thing. I'm actually going to be using a store over here. Which store should I be using? I hope I have mentioned in somewhere, or I haven't. No, I haven't. So the store that I can actually use with this, so I can say DB store for PostgreSQL, right? Let's search it. Which one is good? So DB store for PostgreSQL, simple, and PostgreSQL stores the database. Let's simply check which library we can use. Nope, not this one. DB store for session for PostgreSQL. Base session storage middleware for Express. Okay, PostgreSQL. Let's check this thing. What we can actually get from here. And just a minute, bro. Okay, I gonna sign up with continue as VPN. Oh wow, come on, never mind. So which one am I using? I'm using something called PG Simple over here. Connect PG Simple. What does this do? It simply gives you the store. What will you do with the help of the store? Simple as easy. With the help of the store, you will just simply store the data. And that's it. Let's try to search it on Google, of course, and that is the session pool, PG Connect pool, right? PG Connect Simple. Yeah, this is the one. Let's see how it works. Downloads are quite good. That's amazing. What I can actually do, first of all, I will be getting my session. That's fine. After my session, I will be using the store. Require Connect PG Simple. I will be giving in the session. Insert Connect PG Simple options here. That's fine. And that is it. 30 days is gonna be the expire time. PG session. Let's do it. First of all, I need to import it, right? For importing it, let's copy it from here. Inside this, let's stop everything, because so far I have been saving the session in the memory store, and memory store is related to the server. So as soon as I stopped this particular server, the memory store is gone. Got it? So if you want to keep the session saved forever all the time, so that you can just log in again, so the data should be saved in a database. The session should be saved in a database. Let's simply paste it here, install it. Connect PG simple. This is my first time I'm actually using this, but it's gonna be fun using this as well. So I have my session here. I will be importing PG session from where? From connect PG simple. Okay, I got my PG session. What is the next thing? Documentation will tell us what else. So I will be creating my DB stores. Fine, and I will be giving it the session. So let's create the DB store. Client is here. I've been calling the client. Fine. Session is gonna be here. Let's create the DB store somewhere here. Const DB store. What's gonna be the DB store? DB store is gonna be PG session that I actually get, and this PG session is actually a method, and that method takes a session just like this. Again, let's come here. Require connect PG. It actually gives me PG session. After that is actually a method, so it gets a session, and I get my new store. So I'll have to use a new keyword over here as well. So PG session, express session. Once I got that, then PG pool, insert pool options here. And do I really need to use pool here? New PG session. Pool is gonna be PG pool. The good thing is of using pool is that it's actually a kind of saves your connection. Like it does not create lots of connections. So yeah, let's even just ask this thing. I'm gonna be asking this thing to the chat GPT, and the simple question is going to be, what is the use of using PG pool in connect PG simple? As simple as that. Connect PG simple needs a way to talk to Postgres SQL, so it can store and read session data, session IDs, expiry data, etc. To do that, it needs a database client. There are two common ways. Give it a connection string. I can give it directly a connection string. Give it a PG pool instance. What is PG pool? PG pool is a connection pool manager provided by the PG package. Creates multiple DB connections, reuses them instead of opening new ones. Yeah, this is the most important thing. Reuses them instead of opening the new ones. Like instead of creating many connections over and over and over, it will actually use the created connections. Manages idle and timeout, prevents overload. Why does the connect PG simple use this? Because sessions are accessed for every request, and without pooling, it would open a new DB connection per request. If you don't want a new DB connection to be made per request, why will that be made? Because this server code runs every time. When this server code runs every time, this particular DB connection will be made. So client DB, where am I getting this client DB? Come on. New client DB. Okay, I'm just calling this thing over here, and this actually gets everything from the env file. So inside my env file, I have all the data related to this. So it gets everything and it initializes the data. So this particular client gets created every time, because this connect DB runs every time. So if you don't want this thing to happen, you can use pool. And if you don't want your session to be created over and over. Okay, by the way, open a new DB connection per request, cause performance issues, run out of connection limits. With PG pool, reuses the open connections, handles high request traffic, faster session read write, prevents DB choking. Okay, that's right. Thank you. How can we use that? It is even giving you the options that first of all, you will get the PG pool. Inside that, you will get the connection strings. We don't need to have connection strings. Why? Because it is getting everything by default. That's fine. And after that, store new PG session. I will be giving the pool and table name session. The remaining things are okay. And the same thing is actually being discussed here. So if you go through the documentation, so they are simply saying that, bro, first of all, do one thing. You will be getting the PG session. Once you got the PG session, even create this thing, PG pool, new PG pool. That's fine. Once the PG pool is here, new PG session will actually get this PG pool. and table name is gonna be user sessions. That's fine. So let's do it. First of all, copy it, or it's better to write the things. I prefer writing rather than copying and pasting everything. So I got my DB store in the sense this is the DB store that I already have. Once I got my DB store, not only getting the DB store is enough. PG session, new PG session, or I can do one thing. Let's simply remove this particular thing from here. Rather, let's directly come here inside session, right? Inside my session, I will be creating something called store, or let's keep the store at the top because they are keeping the at the top. So once that is done, after that I will be creating new PG session that I already got. So new PG session, just like this. Once I created this new PG session, inside this particular session I can actually use the pool. Again, I have already gone through the explanation of the pool, so I should not be explaining that again and again. By the way, const pg pool is gonna be new pg dot pg. Why am I not getting pg? PG comes from pg. Interesting. Did I install pg? Connect pg simple. I installed. I did not install pg. Interesting. Let's see whether I have pg. PG stands for Postgres, of course. Do I have that in my package.json? pg? Yeah, I do have that. How do I have that? Who cares? I have that, so I have that. Okay, yeah, I have that because I used this client, and this client actually came from PG. Yeah, right. So because I'm using Postgres SQL, so of course I have that, obviously. Okay, so PG new PG. What can I do? Again, don't expect me to know the things by default because of course this is my first time too. PG dot PG dot pool. Yeah, just like this. PG dot pool. Okay, after that I will be just inserting some values over here. By the way, this pool is gonna be enough. I don't know what will I be inserting over here. Insert the required options. How will I know about these options? Only when I go through the documentation. Never mind. Once this particular thing is done, then just here inside the store, you will be first of all giving it the pool. So pool is actually gonna be PG pool that you have created, and you can give it the table name because your session is going to be stored on the database. So there should be a schema, there should be a table. What should be the name of that table? How many variables, columns should be there in the table? That's what I'm defining over here. So table name should be user session. Again, we will be re-verifying everything whatever is happening over here because to be honest, things can be otherwise as well. By the way, let's see what it is happening. Connection pool, that's fine. User session, use another table name, then the default session one. Insert connect pg connection options here. Okay, then I have secrets, I have remove, I have this, fine. Advanced options, I think that is it. Really? Fine, that is it. हो गया? I don't get it यार, ऐसे कैसे हो गया? Let's run it. I never expected this thing to be done like this, but npm run dev. Yeah, नहीं हुआ. PG is not defined. Thank you. Go at the top. Import PG from PG. PG. Postgres SQL, just like this. Downloads. Documentation. Here it is. 18. Here it is. So many things. I don't like the documentation of Postgres SQL, to be honest. Things are like crazy manner. Like keep looking for that. I even went through a blog for knowing about it. Never mind. Getting started. Installation. Next. This is crazy. Next. MyDB Postgres SQL. There are. MyDB. Let's do one thing. Postgres SQL with Node.js blog. I can even get it here if I'm not wrong. Why do I need to search more? Not getting CRUD operations, Node.js, Postgres SQL. Okay, fine. Okay. Not exactly getting what I want. They are using pool, user me, localhost. They are defining everything, but I don't need to do that because it will automatically get the values. I hope it should get the values. If it does not get, then I will have to, never mind, do that. How to forget about this. Let's see, like give it some try over here. PG. Okay, PG is PG. I could have done it a long time ago. Never mind. npm random. Okay. The module PG does not provide export into PG. Okay, fine. I'm using this PG here. PG.pool. This PG does not exist. Fine. PG.pool. Where this even comes from? I can go to connect PG pool. Let's go to the top. And over here I'm using this, right? So this PG is coming from where? This PG is coming from this PG, require PG. Require PG. That simply means that I can say PG here. So what is the problem now? Bro, are you kidding me? Let me do one thing. Don't know why am I facing this issue, but import PG from PG. Fine. At least now I should not be getting the error. Next problem, can't read the properties of undefined reading store. Session.store. Okay. Can't read the new connect page is simple. They haven't even cleared everything well, exactly what all should be keeping here. Insert pool options here. What are the pool options? Pool PG promise conject TTL. Oh, okay. Okay. Use sessions are here. Pool PG store. I have only this pool right here, right? Let's give it some properties. PG pool configuration, PG pool options, ChatGPT. PG pool. I have to just give it the connection string, right? Database URL. What kind of database URL will it be having? It will be having the database URL. Okay, let's do it. I hope it's gonna be helpful. By the way, I will be giving it the database URL directly in the sense what? Postgres QL / Postgres. This is the password 3241 @localhost and 5432 / secrets. Just like this should be enough. I hope that's the same thing. Secrets, yeah. Let's try to run it one more time. You've got to be kidding me. What is the problem? New connect PG simple node modules, connect PG simple. Bro, I'm gonna be taking the help of AI right now. Again, why am I taking the help of AI? Because this is my first time, to be honest, using this. So I can take the help of AI, right? Why not? Let's see. This error happens because connect PG simple is written in for common JSON. You are likely using an import session from express session. When mixing them, wrong session becomes undefined too. So correctly way to use PG admin session, express session, PG session. Using common JS works perfectly. Using ASMS in your case. Connect PG pool. I will be getting connect PG simple. Once I got that connect PG simple, I will be using the session As for the pool, I will be getting pkg from pg, pool pkg, and once I got pkg, I'm gonna be using the database string over here. Pool is coming from pkg, so pool is yeah, that's obvious, from pkg. Okay, once this thing is done, after that I'm just getting everything done here. Overall things are same. Connect to pg simple, pg session is gonna be here, so pg session is equals to pg session. That's exactly that I'm doing over here. So pg session is gonna be pg session, pg pool is here, and this pg pool actually comes from pkg. A, B, C, D, similarly pkg, and I'll be just simply pasting it here. I think that's the same thing that it's doing. Let's check this thing out. So I'm getting pkg from pg, then I'm getting the pool from that, and once I got the pool, then new pool, again new pool, connection string. Once everything's done, even after connection strings, I'm defining the pg session as well. Pg session got defined just at the top, but I'm never ever giving it the session, or am I? Wow. pg session, once the pg session is here, connect to pg simple. Let's name it. Oh sorry, that was my fault. Connect to, I wasn't giving it the session. Pg simple. Once connect to pg simple is here, then I will be creating a pg session over here. So just below this, const pg, I hope it's gonna be solved. Connect to pg simple, and then I have to give it the session. This was something that was missing, and sorry. Once this thing is done, then pg session is gonna be here, and remaining things are same. I hope it's gonna be running. Let's see. And yeah, it is running. Oh come on, how could I miss that? I mean seriously, there was only one mistake. I mean nothing else. I can even name it pk. मतलब pk है क्या वाला नहीं, pk, just pk is pk. So pk or pg, sorry, pg dot pool. Everything is else gonna be the same. There was only one thing that I wasn't giving it the session, and because of that simple thing it was giving, oh session store is not found, what are you doing, something like that. User sessions are gonna be there, that is fine, or even I can make them sessions for professional naming. Session or sessions, what has the ChatGPT named it? ChatGPT named it session, so I'm gonna be using that. Session is session. Session means of course user session, you get the idea. Should we run it? Of course it is already running. Again, thank you. Let's run it again. Do we have something on the database side right now? Because where is the session getting saved? Session is getting saved on the database side. Interesting. How will it be saved? How will the schema be created? All these things will happen by the connect pg simple that I'm using. Okay, at least that is what I hope right now. So let's see. I hope whatever I hope, that's gonna be the right. First of all, I need to refresh it. So let's refresh it right now. And I only have the users table right now. That's fine. Apart from users tables, I don't have anything. Let's do one thing now. Let's go to secrets, reload the page. Session does not exist. Thank you. I know that does not exist right now, but that will exist soon. Why are you worrying about that? Let me first of all go to the home page. Literally, are you kidding me? You are not letting me go to the home page. Session does not exist. Interesting. Let's try it one more time. Reload the page, and I didn't get the. Come on here. Why am I opening this? Go here. It is running on which port? It is running on 3001 port now. Why it started running on 3001 port? Which port have I've given it 3000 port. Apart from that thing inside the environment variable, I'm giving it 3001 port. That's where let's make it 3000. Okay, fine. What is the next thing that I can do? I can start running it again. After that, I should be able to get the response on 3000 port. And the common problem, relation session does not exist. session does not exist. That means session does not exist on my DB side. I thought it would create that, but it is not creating that. Interesting. Relation session does not exist. Home within the desktop, PG pool index JS45 process dot rejection internal. Session does not exist. It never told me that I will have to create the session on my own. And ultimately, it's talking about this particular session relation, and first of all, I'm getting this session from the Express side. I never got there because of this thing. Then I'm getting this connect page is simple. I'm getting this particular thing over here. Just after that, I'm calling this method and I'm getting my PG session. After getting the PG session, I am just simply giving the values over here. So things are okay. All right. The only simple thing is that on my database side, if I just refresh it, I don't have a table called session. How am I gonna be creating that table? For the SQL table SQL, let's click on this. Dhanyavad for mentioning it over here. Nothing could be better than this. So they are simply saying that you have to do this: create table, session, SID, varchar, not null, blah blah blah. I'll have to convert it to what? I'll have to convert it to Postgres, because I'm using Postgres here. But ultimately they are giving the code, so don't worry, easy peasy. PSQL, my database, Node SQL, connect page, simple table SQL. Can I use it directly? Let's go to my DB. Inside this, I will be pasting the whole code. What is the code? First of all, I will be creating a table called session. Inside that, I will have session ID, varchar, not null, call it default. Don't know about this. Session I will have, and JSON not null, expire, timestamp 6 not null, with OID is false. Okay. After the table, alert table session, add constant session primary key SID. Just a sec. Session primary key is again session key is gonna be the primary key. That's what they are saying over here. And lastly, create index session ID expires on session expire. Okay. Can I run it directly? It ran. Amazing. Nothing could be better than this. If I refresh the page right now, I have this session table as well. Inside this session table, how many things I have? Come on. I don't have anything. Oh, I do have. So inside my this session table, I have columns, and I have SID column. I have yes. Oh, come on. Let me just simply view the data directly. So right now, inside that, I have SID, session ID, I have session, and I have expire time. Again, these things got created by that by the code given by this particular connect PG simple. I knew that it would be providing, but where it provided, I didn't have the idea. But I got the idea. This is the link for that. What can I do now? I can restart my server. Amazing. Stop it, restart it, npm run dev, and it has started right now. I should be able to get the home page. Congratulations. Amazing, the best thing ever. Again, we are simply following the documentation, nothing else, right? And what we can do, the thing is that if you actually check the session right now, there should not be any session, right? So it's time to check the session, exactly how the session gets created, what all do you get inside the session. So there is nothing inside this session, and this time we are not using the memory store of the server, rather we are using Postgres SQL for storing the session as well. What will happen when you send the request? Then your session ID will be sent, and then the middleware, this middleware I'm talking about, whenever you send any request, at that time, this session middleware, I'm talking about this particular session middleware, will actually get the session from the database first of all, then use that particular session ID, then match the session, find the session, and then this particular middleware will deserialize the session. Overall, this is how what happens. This is what actually happens. And then the next thing, I can just simply click on register. While registering, I will be logged in, right? Yeah, I will be logged in. That simply means session is going to be created. Amazing thing is gonna happen. First of all, inside my application, inside my cookies, I have this ID. Let me clear it directly, everything. So come on, I wanna clear it. Okay, I've cleared everything. Now I'm gonna register the user. When I register the user gets logged in automatically because I have used that way. So vipendra@gmail.com. Password is gonna be password 1234. Register the user. Don't know what's gonna happen. Seriously. Wait for a while. Something is happening in the background, that is why it is taking time. Okay. I hope session is going to be created. I hope the user is going to be logged in. I hope I will not get the error. Otherwise, I will figure it out, don't worry. But it is taking too long. I mean, more time than it should be taking. Is there something wrong? User already exists. Okay. It is saying, bro, user already exists, and that is why it is not doing anything. Let's do one thing. I'm gonna say, okay, it stop. Let's go here. If the user already exists, I will be deleting everything from the user side. So, in that case, delete from users. Run the command. Okay. Now try to log in again. Register it. Wow. Just wow. Look, as soon as I signed up, okay, so the user got saved in the database, so of course I will be getting the user. Not only that, the user got logged in automatically, mainly because this is the method that I'm using. So after registering the user, so register, post register, come on, where is that? This is the register user. So over here, after inserting the user, so using this particular method, I inserted the user. After inserting the user, I'm actually calling request.login, and this request.login actually logs in the user. It's up to you whether you want to use this or not. And after that, I'm redirecting the user to the secrets page. Okay, that's pretty much simple. And right now, if I go to my database, if I check whether I have got the user, I have got the user. The most important thing, have I got the session? Let's check that thing out. So this is the session. If I just simply check it, I have the session on my Postgres database, and now doesn't matter, even if I stop the server, session will remain here. So if I stop the server right now, okay, let me stop the server. The server is going to be stopped, but I have the session cookie on my client side. Okay, I have the session not on the memory store, rather on my Postgres SQL. And if I have it here, I can restart my server, and I should be able to be authenticated automatically. That simply means I can go to the page, I can reload the page. I'm not logged out yet. I have stopped everything. Like, I can stop everything right now, but I will have this cookie here. Okay, this is not expired yet, and I have my session not on the memory store of the server, rather the session is actually stored on my Postgres SQL side, okay, on my database. So whenever I send a request, the request actually comes here. Then first of all, my session middleware. Which session middleware? Whenever a request comes, so this particular session middleware I'm talking about, it actually gets the session from the database. Once it got the session from the database, then everything else happens. This the session gets deserialized because of this particular middleware that I'm using over here. And once the data got deserialized, so deserialization actually populates the user information inside the request object and gets populate some methods as well. I hope you are getting it. If you have ever worked with passport, you will be getting it. Otherwise, don't worry. आसान है, लेकिन एक बार थोड़ा समझना चालू कर दोगे ना, things gets easier. So this is how it just simply goes on. By the way, what will happen if I log out? What I guess right now, as soon as I log out, my session should be deleted from my database, and this cookie I don't care whether I have that or not. So if I logged out, okay, I am here. This cookie is still here. The question is, do I have my session in my database? I don't think I have. Let's see. If I look, this is something that I don't know. I just hope that the session got deleted. Because of this only, I still have the cookie, right? But the session got deleted. So whenever the request goes to the server, the user session server, the user session middleware, this particular middleware doesn't find any session on my DB store. And when it doesn't find any session on the DB store, no session gets returned. That means no session gets deserialized. That means no user. That means no authentication. That means nothing. You are redirected to the login page. But let's see. I hope it is right, whatever I am saying. And something happened. What happened? I don't know. कुछ तो चेंज हुआ है. I think session ID. Session will remain, but your session ID will be removed. And once the session ID is removed, Wow, amazing thing. Just have a look. Let me show you something really interesting. I will, the session is started. Let me do one thing. Let me log in with another Gmail. So that's gonna be new@gmail.com and PASSWORD 1234. The user is registered. I got the session ID over here. So this is the session ID that I got. First of all, the same session ID should be on the session. First of all, if I actually show you the session right now. So if I just run this query, I have this session over here, right? And what you actually see, I have this cookie. Okay, few things are here that were not earlier. So first of all, I have this particular session ID, and this session ID, copy it from here and paste it in the this file. So this is the session ID, and this does not really make any sense. They are not gonna be the same. So let me even check that thing. Yeah, they are not the same. Never mind. That is the session ID, and this is the ID. So that's fine. So let me even delete that. After that, I have this cookie. Inside this cookie, what all I have? Inside this cookie, I have my original max date, I have expiry, I have HTTP, I have path, I have passport, I have user, I have the user. Wow, this is what I was telling. Ki your session gets created, and inside the session, your user data gets serialized. So I have my user information. ID is 26. Email is gonna be new@gmail. That is available inside session. Got it? So this is the session that actually got created, and I have the user information. The session, the user information got serialized inside the session. Now the next time this particular data, the session will be deserialized. So all the data that is there, the ID 26, email, this particular thing, all the user information will be available in the request object. As simple as that. But the good thing is that as soon as you sign out, everything will be here. Just this session will go away. There will be no session. Your ID will be here. Okay, your expire time will be here. But the session that you have here, as soon as you log out, it will not be here. So what happens? Let's even check this thing out. Log out. I have my session ID here. Okay, I even have my session here. So if I just run this query, nothing changed. I logged out. Something's bad. Sorry then. My explanation was wrong. Let me check this thing out again. Something went wrong this time. Don't know what, but let's check that thing out. But whatever I said, that should definitely be right. The thing actually went wrong because of this code that I actually wrote over here. Whatever I said, that is right. Okay, don't think so that okay, I'm telling the wrong thing. Okay, it is started again. And let me log out, reload the page. I need to log in. Come on, let's log in first of all. So VPN new actually. So new@gmail.com and password @#903. Not this one, yeah. Password was password 1234. Just this one. I'm logged in. I have the session ID inside my session. Let's check this thing out. So I will be just running this query. I have this session. Inside this session, I have my data. Simple. Got it. Cancel it. Let's go here. Click on logout. I still have the session ID. That's fine. Let it be here. But if I go to my database, ultimately session. Come on. I should be able to do that. If I run it again, do you know what happened? Something happened. Let's check that thing out. I don't have my user information here. Inside my session earlier, last time I had my user information. Right now I don't have my user information. So what will happen? As soon as I just go to /secrets, I'm redirected to the sign page, login page. Why? Let's see. As soon as I go to my secrets page, where is the secrets page? This is the secret page. So as soon as I come to this particular secret page, that is fine. Okay, whenever I visit any page, this particular session ID automatically gets sent along. So this you don't need to say credentials include or credentials to. It automatically gets sent because of the passport. So I came to this particular route, secrets. But then what happened? I'm checking request.isAuthenticated, whether the user is authenticated or not. Okay, that's interesting. So as soon as I just try to get this particular page /secret page, what will happen for the first time? Let me first of all, this particular session will run. So let me keep the things really simple. This is the session that I have. First of all, this will run. What will this session do? This session will get the session from the database. Okay, it will get the session from the database. How will it find the session inside the database? With the help of the session ID. Which session ID I am talking about? This session I am talking about. This session ID automatically gets sent with the request. Okay, then this session configuration or session middleware that I am actually using over here, this will send a request to the DB automatically. Again, this PG session that I am actually using, that will handle ultimately session will handle everything. So it will send a request to the database. The session is gonna be returned because of course session is still there inside my database. So when it comes to the session, I still have the session, so this session will be returned. Okay, once it gets the session, after that this particular middleware will run passport.session. What will this middleware do? This will trigger the deserialization. Deserialization means, if you come here, what is deserialization? In the deserialization, you return a callback with the particular user. Okay, what happens in the deserialization? In the deserialization, you get the user information from the session and save that user information in the request object. Okay, as simple as that. But the problem is that there is no user object inside this particular session. There is cookie, there is maxes, there is expiry time, there is HTTP only, there is path, but there is no user. So what will happen? As there is no user, deserialization will happen, but there will be no user. That means no user will be saved or populated inside request object. If there is no user inside request object, that means there are no methods. Is authenticated will be false. So when you call is authenticated over here, what you are saying, request dot is authenticated, this is gonna be false over here. Why will this be false? Because there is no user inside request and it will not be able to check that. Okay, and when this particular method is not able to check that, it will return false. False in the sense secret page will not be rendered, rather you will be redirected to, or the login page is gonna be rendered. As simple as that. Because there is no session inside the user, because there is no user inside the session, and because of that thing, request.is authenticated does not return true, rather it returns false. False means user is not authenticated. Great. Wow, amazing, great job. Nothing could be better than this. So we have done this particular thing, and there can be only one session at that at a time. I can create another user. Or let's go with this sign in with Google. Okay, I'm gonna be using sign in with Google. Maybe then after the sign in with Facebook and all. Let's see how many things I can actually do today. So after this, everything else is fine. Deserialization happens over here, listening over here, and I've done everything. What is the next thing that I have to do? Next thing is that I have to log in the user with the help of the Google, sign in with Google. As simple as that. What do we do? Nothing. Go through the documentation. What else do I remember? Everything. Nothing. Click on documentation of passport. Click on sign in with Google. Okay, first thing what they are saying, they are giving some code, like a starting code for you, so that you can learn. You can just follow whatever they are saying. What I will be doing, I will be going with the login prompt over here. And first of all, auth.js, they're asking me to create the things and all. I will not be doing that. Rather, nothing. I will not be doing anything here. What am I doing here? Sign in with Google. So whenever I click on sign in with Google, so this particular method will be triggered. I can create it, but I'm not worried about that. I will create it later. Redirect it to Google. Okay, first of all, I need to install passport. Do I have passport? Yes, I have. Let's install it again if they are saying so. Why not? Formality. Control, stop it first of all. Control Shift V. Done. After that, what do I have to install? After that, I have to install npm install passport Google IODC. What will this return? Passport Google IOIDC. It will actually give me the Google strategy. Okay, so let's even Control Shift V, install it. This is going to be installed. What is the next thing that I have to do? I have to get my Google strategy. As simple as that from here. Once I got my Google strategy, then I will be doing something else or the other. I will be creating this particular route as well. Why not? Let's do that. So first of all, what will I be doing? First of all, look. First, I installed passport local, and from passport local, I got my local strategy. Now, I will be importing my Google strategy from where? From passport Google IOIDC. Okay. From here, I am getting my Google strategy. Okay, I got my Google strategy. What is the next thing? Next thing is something. Let's follow the documentation. Okay, the next thing is that you actually have to create a route kind of that actually gets the request and calls this particular passport.authenticate and Google, because you will be using Google authentication. So you will have to specify over here, because when I was using local authentication like over here, so whenever I try to log in just here, so what I'm saying passport.authenticate local means local strategy is going to be running, as simple as that. Similarly, now when I will try to log in, I will be using passport.authenticate Google. Okay, Google strategy will run. Do I have the Google strategy? No, I only have the local strategy. Will I have to create the Google strategy? Of course I will have to. By the way, what I can do over here, first of all, they are simply saying, I'm just gonna be following, bro, first of all you have to create a get request. Okay, then this is the route gonna be, route can be anything. Okay, and this is gonna be the path can be anything, and then you will be triggering this middleware. What is the middleware? Passport.authenticate Google. What will this middleware do? This middleware will trigger Google strategy. Okay, so bro, first of all let's do one thing, let's create this, fine. But if I actually go to my login page and if I see I have this sign in with Google over here, what is the path that I'm redirecting to? The path is /auth/Google. So this is the path that I actually need to use. The path can be anything. The path can be go to my home. I mean /auth Google / go to my home. Even you can have this path. Doesn't really matter. If you have this path, then what will you do? If you have this path, so inside your index.html over here, this is gonna be the login section. Just let me do one thing. This is gonna be login with or sign in with Google. Sign in with Google. I will be creating app.get over here /auth/Google /go to my home. This is also right, but this is not good. Just use auth Google, that is gonna be enough. Auth in the sense I will be authenticating with the Google, simple. Okay, so let me even remove this, but again what they are using login federated Google. I don't like this particular URL, so I will not be using it, simple. What federated? Okay, by the way, auth Google is gonna be here, and just after that let me even change this thing from here. I will not have go to my home, I will have just simple Google /auth/Google. Okay, that's gonna be a get request, that's fine. After that I can go here, and what do I want to run? I want to run a middleware, passport.authenticate. This is gonna be the middleware. What will I be using? I will be using Google here. come on yaar, Google. What will this do? Let's see what happens. As soon as I should click on this button, this middleware should run, and this middleware should do two things. First of all, it will redirect me to the Google page. What is the Google page? Don't worry, we'll take care of that. And the second thing is that Google page in the sense Google the page that you get, and then from there you select the email and all, and then it should start running the strategy. But there is no strategy, so let's see what happens. Okay, reload the page. Nothing is running. Fine. Let's actually start running. Come on. npm rundev will actually start running everything. And now reload the page. Simple. If I click on sign in with Google, what happens? Unknown authentication strategy Google. There is no Google like strategy, so it is not gonna be doing anything. So for that thing I need to have the strategy. So okay, let's have the Google strategy. So for having the Google strategy, let's have the Google strategy over here. Google strategy. Okay, I got the Google strategy. What will I do? Passport. This is the middleware that I'm using. Passport.use. What will I do? First of all, this is the strategy that I'm using. Google strategy. On the basis of this Google name, it will recognize. Okay, this is the Google strategy that you are talking about. Interesting. And after that, what do? I'll have to check new local strategy. Same way, I will have to say new Google strategy. That's it. Inside this I will be doing this thing, and then I will have some of the methods over here, some of the fields over here. So if I go here and if I click on configure strategy, so when I configure strategy, at that time I need my Google client ID, I need my Google client secret. Do I have them? I don't have them. So first of all, let me get them. In order to get them, you have to just go to cloud Google. You can search on YouTube how you can actually create the ID and password, ID and secret, and once you have them, you can go click on clients and because this is the client that I have generated, so it's gonna be don't I have any client? Reload the page. Okay, this is the wrong email actually, so let me use this one. Inside this I must have, okay, this is the passport app authentication related client that I actually created. From here I can actually get the secret as well as that. Don't worry, I will create a new secret first of all, because the previous one is going to be deleted. Disable the previous one, and I will disable this as well when it's done. This is just for the project purpose, and I haven't copied it. Delete it. Let's create one more secret. I wanna copy the secret first of all. So this is the secret. I'm gonna be copying it. Once the secret got copied, I will be just disabling the previous one. Delete it, and I still have the secret copied, right? So what I have to do, they are just simply asking me to do what? They are simply asking me to just simply create the Google client secret. So let's go to the env file, .env. Inside this session secret, everything is here. I will be creating Google client client secret is gonna be here, and this is gonna be the secret. Don't worry about it, I will revoke it. Second, Google client and key or something. Let's see exactly they are asking me to do the same or not. They are simply saying that Google client ID you have to create. Fine, I will be creating Google client ID just like this. Then I will be getting the ID from there. Again, how it's done, you can just simply watch a video on YouTube. It's easy, really easy, so you don't need to worry about much. You have to just create the ID, right? Just simply go through the website, go through some steps, and it will be created. And let's paste it here as well. Everything is done. I have them over here. Close this. Once it is closed, now inside my strategy, inside my this Google strategy, I will be having those fields. Okay, how will I be having those fields? Go here, check this thing out. Inside Google strategy, you will be having these things here. Okay, first of all, I will have my client ID, then I will have my client secret, then I will have my callback URL, like when authentication gets done, where should I be redirected? And again, this is the callback URL I will be using. Then I will have my scope, and that's gonna be profile. Profile in the sense I will only be getting my profile and all. Later I will change it. I can even copy and paste, or I can just write the things on my own. So inside this, I have my client client ID. Where will this client ID come from? Process.env. Copy it. Google client ID client. I hope this is clean. Yeah, Google client ID. That's gonna be this. Fine. And then client secret. I hope whatever I'm typing that's right. This really matters, so don't make any mistake over here. Client ID. Let me copy and paste. So client secret, I hope that's right. And then process.env. Google client, and lastly secret. This thing is done. What is going to be the callback URL? Callback. Again, don't want to make any mistake, so I will be just copying it. Again, the callback URL is going to be the same. Even I will be using the scope same. So let's simply paste. Okay, callback URL means after Google authentication, where should you be redirected? So I want to be redirected on this particular URL. This is not important. You can make it anything. You can make it auth redirect Google, anything. Just depends on you. Okay. Apart OAuth 2. I will be using this. Depends on you what you actually want to use. Auth redirect to Google, it will just simply be redirecting it, so that's not the most important thing. Okay, once this thing got done, what is the next thing that you have to do? After that, you will have to verify. You will have a verify function. Just here you will have a function. This function can be anything. Just verify is the just name, because you will be verifying the things, right? You will be getting issuer over here. Issuer, you will be getting a profile over here, and you will be getting callback over here, CB. Again, these things are here by default, so don't worry how you got them. A passport gives all these things from its own side, so you are getting all these things. You can do one thing, CLG. I will be logging issuer. Issuer is gonna be issuer, and CLG profile is gonna be profile. Simple, easy peasy. Okay, great. Let's see now it works or not. I have almost everything. As for this callback URL, I don't have any page for the callback. We will be creating a page as well very soon, but when it's needed, not now. Right now if I just simply run it again, npm run dev, go here, let's go to the home page first of all. Okay, I'm on the home page. Let's click on login. Let's click on sign in with Google. Now you can't sign in because this app sent an invalid request. You can try again later on. Contact the developer about this issue. Okay, why is this happening? Sign in. If you are a developer of this app, see error details. You can't sign in redirect app http author. Bro, I've changed that auth related stuff and then it's throwing the error. Okay, sorry. That must be the same. I had no idea. Like it needs to be exactly this. Never mind, let's keep it the same. Again, this is just the configuration. It needs to be like that, so can't really do anything. Let's simply paste it. Just like this should be fine. Okay, and after that I should be able to run it again. Reload the page, click on sign in with Google, wait for a while. Now you are getting all the emails. Why are you getting them? Because you are using this strategy. Because of this strategy that you are using, because of this Google strategy that you are using, you are getting everything over there. Okay, what will happen now? As soon as I select, I should be getting the issuer as well as profile. Let's see, click on this particular thing. It got done, right? I don't really need to do anything. I'm redirected to this, but there is no page. That is, of course, never mind. But am I getting the information here? Logged in. I'm not getting any information logged in here. Why is that not happening? It directly redirected the user. It should not redirect the user directly. So new Google strategy, fine, and then client secret callback URL, scope, and then the function issuer, all these things. Then I will have all the things inside that, and whenever I return the callback, the things should happen. And from here, from this verify function, I'm actually not returning anything, so it should not really happen. Let's try it one more time. Reload the page, login, sign in with Google, select the email, and I'm redirected here. There is something that I'm missing. What is that thing? I'm directly redirected. I think I've worked on this enough, and remaining things are gonna be done tomorrow. That simply means that profile, let's get the email as well. Let's even not have it over here. Okay, the problem is this function never runs. As simple as that. Now tomorrow I will be figuring out the reason behind it, because right now I've been working on this thing for so long. Okay, I'm gonna be switching to something else right now. Post passport, that is done. Like, as for this error, there is something that I'm missing, so I'm not really worried about it, because I know I will be able to figure this thing out. Or to be precise, I can do one thing. I hope I'm not making any mistake in the code that I'm writing. I will be just simply copying it. I will simply be pasting the things over here, and I will be using this Google name here, Google, G-O-G-L-E. Just the last thing that I wanna make sure that everything's right and all. And just after this, DB is gonna be here, 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 many things. Okay, that's it. CLG issuer and CLG profile. Let's check this thing out, whether I'm gonna be getting the things the right way or not. Just the last thing that I wanna try. Let's stop the server, try it again, and see what happens this time. Over here, interesting. Reload the page, click on login, click on sign in with Google, select the email. I'm redirected here directly. I am redirected there directly. Okay, this Google strategy I'm using. Is this happening because I'm using store this time? This should not be happening because of that. I have passport.authenticate Google. Okay, there is nothing wrong with this. There is nothing wrong with this either. So I can go to redirect to Google. I'm redirecting to Google. So passport.authenticate and this /login/Google I'm actually using over there. This is actually getting called, so no problem with that. So what am I missing? Why does my function verify function never runs? Rather, I'm directly redirected. Do I need to make it async? Let's try one more time. Otherwise, I will be taking the help of AI. Why not? Reload the page. Click on this. Actually, that's not something that solves the problem. Okay. Why am I directly being redirected to the callback URL and verify function is never running? Is this because of using DB store or something? Okay, it has nothing to do. Root cause missing initial Google auth route. You probably jump directly to auth redirect to Google, but passport works in 2 steps. Auth Google, passport redirects Google, Google redirects this. Okay, correct. Auth Google, authenticate Google scope, callback URL. Is it because I don't have the callback URL or something? Probably. No, it cannot be the problem. Or it could be the problem. Just a sec. I'm defining the scopes over here, then passport.authenticate. Okay, so this is actually what happens. I'm authenticating the user over here as well. If I go through the website, let's see whether the same thing is happening over there. First of all, passport.authenticate is happening here, and then if I try to configure the strategy, at that time this is the strategy that is configured, and just after that maintain the state, redirect back to app. Let's see, authenticate Google. It authenticates it again. Authentication means it will check the login thing and all, and then verify will run. That simply means that means verify function runs after callback URL. Yes, exactly. The verify function is used only after Google redirects back to your callback URL. User hits the login route, auth Google, passport redirects to user Google, user signs in on Google, Google redirects back to your callback, this particular callback, passport exchanges the code with the Google obtains profile, and then wow. You know what happens? This particular runs, then Google login, callback URL, then verify. Verify runs at the end. Amazing. That means I have to create this, that's it. Even I can just simply, what can I do? That something like this. let's go to this particular website here, and over here I have to create this particular thing. Never expected this thing to happen, but that's amazing. Got to learn many things here. So what will I be saying? Google redirect, just like this. App dot get slash OAuth2 slash redirect slash Google, and passport dot authenticate, and GOOGLE Google. And once it is authenticated, authentication means it will trigger the verify. And ultimately, when it comes to this particular strategy that I have over here, this strategy, because of this strategy I go to that particular page, and only this part runs first of all. So when this strategy gets triggered for the first time because of passport.authenticate and all, at that time this particular code runs, and after this callback URL gets, I'm redirected to this callback URL. The next time when this passport.authenticate runs, at that time the remaining code runs, actually verify function runs after this particular redirection. Okay, just after this what will I be doing? There could be success, there can be come on, am I wrong here? Success redirect, and that's gonna be slash homepage, and there can be failure redirect as well, so failure redirect here, and that can be slash login. Right now I should not be facing the issue, so let's try this thing out. Okay, I can restart everything. I should be getting the response as expected. Let's come back one more step back, click on sign in with Google, click on the ID, and now it is going to stay here. Now that's verify function is gonna run. Okay, so ultimately I'm getting display 1, and name is gonna be given 1 of course, and this is gonna be the issuer. So I got the issuer, I got the profile information and all. So ultimately I'm getting the information, and once I actually, so this verify function was never running. Why wasn't it running? Because there was I was getting redirected to this particular URL, but there was no get method to URL, so I created that, and after that this particular verify function actually runs after that, because I authenticate over there as well. Just this is it, and now as this runs I am getting the information about the user. The only thing is that lastly I have to return the callback from here. Once the callback gets returned, that's it, I'm done. All these things are gonna be done tomorrow, one more day, and then things are gonna be over forever. That was it. I'm gonna be catching up tomorrow, not tomorrow, just after half an hour or something, and we'll be getting the things done in the best way possible. Until then, take care and see ya.